Alright, so I'm going to roll the slab. I'm using two sticks on both sides, and if you stack it up, you can roll it thicker. So this is about, I would say, ½ inch thick. And I'm going to trim the base for my easy plate. So this time I'm rolling it a bit thicker. If you don't bother to trim it, you probably could use only one piece. That is about ¼ inch. Maybe ½ inch a bit too thick, so I am going to reduce the thickness to probably 3/8 inch. So this is the way to roll your slab if you don't have a machine. You don't have a slab roller. You keep on rolling until the size of the slab doesn't get bigger. Right, so that's good. When you try to lift it up, it might the piece, if your bed is too dry, it might shift a little bit. So you can add a little water on your bed. Right, and then just flip over. Okay, the whole piece is not quite in the center, so I'm going to bump on one side. This side is a little bit wider than that, so I'm going to bump it. See if I can move the clay a bit. I want to use the maximum of the area. Okay, that's good. Right, so a little bit hard to find a pin, so take your time, and guess you won't be able to see the pin. All right, that's good. Okay. Yep, before I start to lift it from the edge, I like to make sure the inside, the center is a little bit flat, actually smooth. There's a texture from the canvas, you can remove it. And I'm going to use the maximum area, so try to find that border. Again, use a fingernail to draw a guideline and then cut from there. Make sure when you're cutting it, hold the knife steady. And I also like to do a little bit of texture in the center. So I'm using my finger to make myself a mark there. So I have a guideline that inside the circle I could do some texture. So this is the roller texture from MKM. I found a new one, so I'm trying to put it in the center of my plate. Then I'm using a wooden knife to try to flip over from the edge. And then after that, I will use a sponge to throw, because I told you that the clay is a bit thicker, so I can make the rim a little bit thinner here. And before doing that, it might be a good idea just to remove the splash pan so that I could hold my tool a little bit sideways, more horizontal, and slowly put it in, insert it, and then slightly flip my tool right, slightly let go, and then this time I'm going to use a sponge. Once I bring the edge a little bit higher, I could put my sponge underneath. And make sure I have a finger, my finger inside to compress it. Okay, so making an easy plate from a slab. I leave the bottom a bit thicker, so that's about 3/8 of an inch. So if you want to trim a foot, you still have a room to do. Otherwise, if you don't want to trim it, roll your slab a bit thinner, like 1/4 of an inch, and you don't need to trim it. And it will pop up by itself when the whole piece dry. And that way, you just clean up the base, and it's easy if you don't want to trim it. Make sure that the two pinholes, sometimes the tool, when you try to lift it up, you get a bump. So try to get away from it when you try to lift. So maybe to avoid that the pinhole where you try to lift it up. Make your plate a bit larger, or make your plate a little bit smaller so it avoid the two pinholes. So this is the quick, easy way to make the plate. All right, see you next time.